Hello everyone and welcome. It's Shanna Makes It and I'm part of the creative crew for Cat Scrappiness. Today we're working with this Bunny Hop 6x6 premium cardstock. We're going to work with the Just Hatched craft die set. We've got the chicken and the egg, and we've got this Easter Bunny trio here that we're going to be working with. This is the Easter Bunny trio craft dies, and we've got the Easter Bunny shaker card craft die here. And I've actually got several things stored in here, but this is a shaker, and I'm just showing you the pieces there on it. And in addition to this, we're going to be working with our Fall Frames die set. We'll use this for our pattern paper. We're also going to be working with our stitched scallop rectangle die. And then we're also going to be working with our stitched wacky frame dies, and those are the products we're going to be working with. I've got some card bases here, 2 white and 1 pink, and I'm just going to be bringing in my materials I have prepared in advance. I've got them in a little tray, and we're just going to start building our cards. We're going to start off with a simple card. We're going to use the stitched wacky frame die, and we're going to use the Easter Bunny trio. This is going to be a simple paper card, and we're just going to get it going. And then our next, we're going to do a shaker, and we're going to be working with some fun foam for our next 2 cards. So be sure and hang on. So you can see I die cut out one of the bunnies from the bunny trio and the bow, as well as the tail from this particular cardstock, and I'm going to use it for my base layer so as to not waste my cardstock. So I'm just going to get some glue laid down on here, and we'll get it laid down on our A2 size card, and I've got to get it lined up right because I'm a little bit off there, and so I'm going to reposition my panel and get it laid down on there. There we go. That's better. Now I've used some of our 6x6 premium cardstock, and I've used that stitched wacky frame, and I've just cut out a frame. Now you can see that the pattern paper is double-sided, and it's really hard to decide which sides to use, but don't fret, you get multiple copies of each pattern in there, so you can use it at different times for different patterns. So I'm going to get this laid down. And I'm going to rotate my card because I'm going to make this one be a landscape rather than a portrait card. And we've just got all these little Easter eggs and all the little different colors. And I'm going to bring in my trio of bunnies. And I've got them in some coordinating cardstock with the pattern paper. So we've got a pink, a purple, and we're going to have a blue as well. And it will just kind of go nicely with the egg pattern paper that we've got there. We're just going to get the 3 of these bunnies, this trio of bunnies, laid down here on our stitched wacky frame. And I'm just going to glue these flat down. I'm not going to pop them up. We're going to be doing quite a bit of popping up with our other cards, so for this one we're keeping it simple, and we're going to lay it flat. So I've got my reverse ombre tweezers from Cat Scrappiness, and I'm just picking them up and getting some glue laid down on there. Now I am struggling a little bit with my glue press, but we'll fix that here in a minute. So I'm just going to lay the largest one down, and then we'll get our middle one. And I should have shifted this just slightly to the right. I thought I didn't have as much room as I had, and so I should have shifted it, but it'll be fine. So this is where you can see not much glue is coming out. And we'll get this one laid down, and I kind of cozied him up next to the pink one, and I really didn't need to because I had plenty of space. Now we'll get our little blue bunny, and we'll get it glued up. And this is where I've decided that the glue's just not coming out very well. So I'm going to grab the little tool for the glue press and open it up so that I can get my glue out. And then of course doing this on the smallest bunny is when all of the glue comes out. So I have to kind of wipe it off and clean it up a little bit because I didn't want a whole bunch of glue on that small area. And we'll just get our little blue bunny laid down on here. Now we've got a trio of Easter bunnies, and it's super cute. And we've got that fun pattern paper. I chose to keep the bunnies fairly plain since we had that busy pattern paper. And now I'm going to show you there are some tells, as you saw in the cutout. Each of these bunnies come with a little tell, and it's there are 3 consecutive sizes, you know, from big to small, that match the bunnies. And I'm going to get one just to show you. I'm not going to use them. We're going to have some fun. I've got some little cotton tells that I'm going to use, some little white fuzzy cotton tells, and I'm going to use those for my bunnies. And this will be the only dimension that we'll really have on our card. So I'm just going to get 3 of these, and I'm just going to position them on the little back sides of the bunnies, and I think it'll be cute. Now, I didn't mention in the introduction that I was going to use the Easter Wishes craft die set, but I am going to use it and bring it in for this particular card. And so I've got it die cut out, and it's actually laid on my magic mat, and I'm going to bring it in and we'll get it laid down. And what we're going to do, since we don't have a large area, is I'm just going to put Easter on the front panel, and then I'll put the wishes on the inside. So you can see I've got it die cut out, and it comes with the EAS and then the TER separate. So we'll get the EAS laid down, and then we'll bring the other part of the sentiment, the TER, and we'll get it laid down on there. Now, this little trio of bunnies also comes with a bow, I believe. Actually, the bow comes with the stitched wacky frame that I'm using. So this stitched wacky frame is a nesting die set, and it also includes 3 little bows. So I'm going to put my wishes on the inside, and then I'll bring my stitched wacky frame bow in and add it along with my wishes. So we'll have Easter wishes as our sentiment. And I turned this in, I actually moved it too quick and one of my little bunny tails pops up, but we'll fix it. I'm just going to get it and stick it back on there and just give it a good press. And now I need to straighten that W up. I got worried about that bunny tail, and I need to get my W straightened up and lined up on there. Now this comes with the W and the I separate, and then the S separate, and then HES is together. And then you have your tittle that you'll need to add to your I. And I'll do that last. I'm just wiping off the excess glue and getting it laid down on here. And I apologize if I sound a little froggy. My grandkids have given me another winter cold. So I'm going to get my S laid down on here, and I'm going to have to wiggle it around. Now you can use the reverse piece of your Easter wishes to lay it down and to stick them. I just laid it right there. And you could lay that down and position your pieces inside of that if you so choose. I didn't do it here, but it is an option if you want to make sure you get them exactly positioned straight and exactly where they go. You can use your leftover piece for that. But I'm just going to wing it. And then I'm going to grab my little tittle, and we're going to get it laid down on my card base. So I'll just put a little dot of glue. And you're going to need your pick up and poke tool from Cat Scrappiness for that as well. And you've got your little wax tip, and I'm just going to pick it up with that. And then I can use the other end, which is the pokey part, and just move it around how I want it. And that'll help you get it laid down there nicely. I've got a little bit of glue there that I don't want, so I'm going to use my glue eraser and just wipe it away. And then I'm remembering that I had the bow, and so I'm going to grab the bow, and I'm going to get the bow laid down on there. And I decided to put it on the inside of the card just to add some more interest to the card. I considered the outside for a minute, but decided I would just put it there. And then next we're going to move on to the one where I use a lot of fun foam for it. We're going to use fun foam on the next 2 cards. The third one is where I use a lot of fun foam. So I've got this pink card base, and this was just laying in my craft room, and I thought I'd use it. I'm bringing in my fall frame dies to show you, and the Bunny Shaker card dies, and I'm going to use some of my pattern paper. It's got some cute bunnies on the back of it, and then it's got the polka dot, and I'm choosing to use the polka dot because I think it's just really pretty. And you've got that nice stitched edge detail from that Fall Frames craft die. And I'm just getting it lined up. I'm going to have just a tiny little bit of pink all the way around it. And then we've got our inside card base, and now we've got the frame from our fall frames, and you've got that nice little detail and the stitch edging on it, and I think it's really pretty. I love this set of dies, and you can see we've got, if you like our quokka line, we've got some quokkas on that pattern paper there on that side. So I'll just line this up and get it set down on there, and then we're ready to start building our shaker card. Now I've got my shaker in some glitter paper that I've die cut out, and I've already put the acetate there in the center, and then I've got some fun foam that I'm going to use to pop it up with. Now the glitter kind of made it hard to get it to glue, so I have to work with gluing. I've got some glue on my acetate. I'm going to wipe it off, and then we're going to just start working with our Easter Bunny Shaker Craft dies set. And I am going to show you that I use this inside circle piece for my acetate, and that's what I used for that. And as I'm doing this voiceover, I'm realizing I forgot to put the decorative detail on the bunny's ears, and so in the picture at the end I will show you the decorative detail on. I will have put them on there, and you'll be able to see how that looks. And so we're going to get this glitter laid down with our fun foam. And get it all lined up on there. And it will create a nice little lift so that we'll have plenty of area for our shaker bits underneath. And I'm going to use my magnets from my glass mat here just to help me get these laid down on there. And that way they'll adhere. The glitter is kind of hard to glue down to, so I'm going to use those for that and just get them laid down on there. Now I'm assembling the little feet. Now you can do this one of two ways. I am doing it this particular way because I decided that I wanted to do it this way because I didn't have white fun foam, I only had pink. So what I'm doing is I'm popping out the little pads, the heel pad and the little toe pads, and I'm just laying it right down on the glitter paper. Now you could choose to do this the other way. You could put the pink on the bottom and use the white for the remaining piece that I have there. And I'll show you here in a minute what I'm talking about. But I thought this is what I had, and so that's what I chose to use. But you can do it a different way, and it, you know. So I'm just putting those little pads on there. And trying to get them to stick to that glitter. And you'll see this remaining piece that you have there. You could easily layer that up. If it was white, I would layer it up on a pink piece of paper, and it would just make a cute little outline. I'll show you here in a minute. And we'll just get those laid down on there. They are so cute. Now here's where I'm going to show you. I'm going to just take my glitter piece in white, and you could lay them down on there like that. And I would have done that if I had white fun foam, and then I could put pink on the bottom, but I just chose to do it this way because this is what I had, but you can do it however you want. So next I'm going to bring in, the pieces for the other foot, and I moved my magnet so that it would glue down the other side of my shaker. And we're just going to get this little pad of his little feet laid down on here. And then we'll get our little toesies. And this is where you really need your tweezers and your tools and stuff, just so that you can manage these little tiny pieces. Now, all of these products that I'm showing you today are actually on sale in the Cat Scrappiness store. I will link them all in the description box below, as well as the product bar, so that you can check them out. So the Easter craft sale, you save 15% on all Easter and special craft items using the code 15hoppy25. 15hoppy25. And this is valid from February 10th to February 17th at catscrappiness.com. So you're going to want to check it out here pretty quick, so you can save 15%. And that's in addition to the prices that she's already got them marked down. So it's going to be quite a savings for you. So if you're interested, you're going to want to check them out. So I've got some shaker bits here, and these are called the Spring Has Sprung Sprinkles. And they've got little carrots and little bunnies. They've got white bunnies and pink bunnies. There's some yellow chicks in there. There are some carrots, I think, and some little sprinkle bits. So these are super cute and super fun, and I'm just going to use those for the inside of my bunny. And here's where I'm going to use, I took some pieces from some die cut pieces that die cut out of the egg that I'm going to use in the next one. There were some circles. And then I used the chicken's eyes from the next set. And I'm creating some eyes for this bunny so that I can kind of put a little face on there. And I'm going to use the little nose from the chick to create a nose on this bunny. Not sure if I like it or not. When I've used this in the past, I haven't put a face on there. I've just just kind of left it as it is. But I thought it'd be kind of fun to create a little face on here. So that's what I did. And I used the eye pieces from the chick and the little nose piece from the chick and added it. And that's what I'm doing. I'm just assembling those. So the circles actually fell out of the eggs, the cracked eggs. And then the tiny little black are from the blacks of the chick's eyes. And I'm just going to use them on my acetate to try and create a little face for my bunny. And I'm not sure how successful that was. So we'll get them laid down on here. And then I'm going to bring in the little nose and we'll get it laid down on there as well. Trying to get it flipped in the right direction so that I can get it set down on there. And I'm just holding my card base closed so that I can position my bunny how I want to on here. And this is where you can see I didn't put the pinks of the ears in. And I didn't realize it until I started this voiceover, and I'm like, I didn't put those in there. So the picture in the end, the video at the end, will have the little pink pieces for the ear. And that adds some additional detail to it, and it looks super cute. And what's funny is I put the bow on there, and I didn't realize at the time I was laying the bow on that I had forgot to put the decorative pieces for the ears. And I think it's because the glitter, with the glitter that I used, you couldn't see the detail or the etch detail where the inserts went, so I didn't notice it right away. I'm just pressing down on that really well so that my shaker bits will not escape. And my little eye moved around a little bit, so I'm trying to reposition it. And just tucking it in. I want to make sure I don't lose any of those bits and pieces that I've got in there. So I'm going to use my magnets again just to make sure it gets adhered very well. And we'll work on something else while we're waiting for that. So I've got my little feet, and because my bunny is popped up on fun foam, I'm going to need to bring in some foam to put behind here as well. And I could have used the remaining pieces of the feet if I'd have thought about it, but I didn't. So I'll just bring in some regular foam tape and just cut off a little square. Actually, I don't want the whole foot popped up anyway because I'm going to lay it over top of the bunny's body. And so I just want that foam at the bottom. And I'm just going to tuck it kind of over the little body there. And we'll just do the same for the other little bunny foot. And then the next card is the chick, and I think it's my favorite card of the three that I made. So I hope you'll follow along to the end so that you can see the cute little chick. So here we go, and I realized I've got my little bow, and I'm going to put it there, and this is where I lay it there on the ear, and I still don't realize that I haven't put my pink detail onto my bunny's ear. So I hope you'll consider shopping cat scrappiness. There we go, and we've got a shaker card. So now we're going to move on to our chick card, and it'll come together pretty quickly. I'm just positioning some things, making sure everything's good, and give it a little shake, shake. So there we go. Now we're going to do one more. And I've just got my striped pattern paper from the 6x6 premium cardstock. And here's my purple that I cut my little purple trio bunny out of, and I'm going to get it laid down on here as my base. Just not wasting anything. And just smoothing it out. And now I've got my pattern paper that I used, my fancy scalloped, fancy stitched scallop rectangle. Sorry about that, I can't talk. It's the stitched scallop rectangle. And I'm going to get it laid down on here. And we'll have just a nice little scalloped edge. And I've just got my bunny just die cut out of fun foam. And I thought it would be fun and kind of make it fuzzy looking. And I've just got him in yellow, just a bright yellow fun foam that I had. And I'm just going to pull the backer sheet off. Now I've got the little black eyes already glued down on there because I didn't want to risk losing them. So I just glue them as soon as I die cut them out. And then we're going to add the rest of his features. We've got the beak and the little mouth, and we've got two little feet. And I've got those all die cut out in orange. And I've got the little lips already glued on there as well because that was a tiny little piece and I didn't want to lose those either. So we'll just get the little nose position on there, give it a good press. And then we've got our little orange feet that we're going to layer up on there. I'm just going to remove that backer sheet and just get it layered up. I think this one's super simple but very cute. I haven't done a card where I've just made the foam, the focal point up until this point. And so I thought it was kind of a fun idea to really give it some interesting texture. So I'm getting his little feet laid down on there. And then I have a little bow. And it does come with this set. My chair's squeaking. And I'm going to get it laid down. I was trying to decide whether to put around the neck or around the top of the head, and I decided to put it on the top of the head. And I'm just going to position it up there, and I think it is a sweet, sweet, it could be just, this could be done right here, but I am going to bring in the cracked egg, and I've just taken it and die cut it out of white cardstock. Like I said, I didn't have any white fun foam, and I've got 2 pieces of it. I'm just going to layer it up just to give it some strength. And I want to position this to where I can still see my little feet because they're so cute and I wanted them to show. So I'm going to leave it to where you can see one of them because I think that really adds to it. And I'm going to do the top of the egg and I'm going to lay it on the other side like it's fallen aside. And we'll layer it up as well. I'm going to pop the bottom of the egg up and I'm going to glue the top of the egg straight down. We need to pop the bottom up since we've got all that fun foam on our chick's feet. So I'll just bring in 3 pieces of fun foam and just position it to where I'll have room to just nestle it up around his little foot. Just get that release paper off and just get it laid down on there, and this card's going to come together really quickly. And now we'll just add the top to the shell, and I'm just going to glue it straight down on there. And then for a cinnamon on this one, I'm going to use our simple cinnamons, and this is where you cut a whole page of cinnamons out and then you stamp them out and then you just die cut them all out at once and you have a whole bunch of cinnamons. I've got a little container that has all of my little cat scrappiness cinnamons in there, and I had Sending My Love and I thought it would look cute on this, and I'm going to use it for my cinnamon on this one, and then that will finish up this card. So let's take a look at all 3 cards. We've got our trio of bunnies, we've got our bunny shaker craft die set, Easter Bunny Shaker craft die set, and then we've got our Tuck It In craft die set. Thanks for watching and have a great day. Take care. Bye-bye.